In today's video, we're going to have something completely different, and it's going to be a review, introduction, overview, whatever you want to call it, about cables. And these are not any ordinary cables, as you can see from the title and from the thumbnail on the YouTube. Today we're going to talk about Lian Li streamer cables, STRIMER PLUS to be exact, 24 pin and 2x8 pin for your GPU. As you can see, we have here the Lian Li LANCOOL II case, which I already did review and you might have seen it. If you didn't, the link is below, so check it out. This is an extraordinary case, I do have to say, but today's focus is on the cable. So let's start with this is 8 pin extension, 300 millimeters of length. It says unlock your imagination. So you get a cable, you get the streamer cables, and you get instruction manual, which is kind of just 2 pieces of paper and nothing spectacular because there's nothing to it. You just connect it and that's about it. So here we go. You have an extension cord right here for your addressable RGB, which kind of helps because the RGB cable on the 2x8 pin cable for your GPU has a different header than you usually have on your motherboards. So you do need to connect it first here, and then you have the addressable RGB extension here that you can connect either directly to your motherboard or to the controller that you get with 24 pin cable. But let's start with this one. So you have standard cables here that you directly connect to your original cables from your power supply, and then you have the extension RGB cable that you connect to your graphic card. As you can see, the design, the quality is really high, and the cables don't leave any presumptions if you might think that they will break. They're really high quality, and without a doubt I have nothing else to say when it comes to that. But when it comes to bending, they do kind of create a strange shape, and it's not when it comes to the RGB part, it's more when it comes to the cables below. So when you bend them, they do create some strange shape, and that is basically it. Now let's go to the 24 pin. As I mentioned, it has a controller. Here we go. This is a 24 pin. This is the controller, and you have additional cables as well as the instruction manual. So you have 4 options right here, and you have loads of connectivity. On the left side you have the connect to PCI 8-pin power cable lightning mode, so you can directly connect your 2x8 pin extension cable for your graphic card. You can directly connect the lightning cable to this one, so everything can be synchronized. The second one is for your 24 pin that we got right here, and then at the bottom you have support output compatible with LED control signal, which goes out directly to your motherboard. This is LED signal output. Then you have then you have another connection which you connect to your motherboard with 5 volts a RGB 3-pin header, and the last one is 5 volts power input, the SATA connection as well. So let's check it out. As we had on 2x8 pin for the graphic card, we have the same situation on 24 pin cable. As you can see, this will definitely stick out because you can't bend it that much because it's not that flexible. The reason for that, they didn't want to go with low quality RGB design here, so just placing some strips randomly and making them as flexible as they could. They went with quality so they can have a decent RGB strip here at the top. So yeah, you could manage this, but maybe you could twist them up a bit more. I don't know, I wouldn't suggest. We'll check that out when we place it inside the case. But as you can see, usually the motherboard 24 pin cable doesn't go in any other direction like 8 pin does for the graphic card, so it's always the same direction. But in any case, you could remove the cable combs and switch it on the other side if you wish for some strange reason. As mentioned, you have here the connection that goes to your controller. So basically, I think it's time to place everything inside right here in the LANCOOL II and, well, do some RGB madness. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, they are kind of stiff and they are harder to bend, and they do make a weird shape when it comes to cables, not the LEDs. The cables do kind of get waveish. They create certain wave, but nothing in particularly strange. It's just when you bend them, they make that shape, and everything else is just perfectly easy to connect. It's a standard extender, so and you don't have to worry about those shapes that I mentioned, because they did really make a quality extenders with RGB, and the LEDs are really incredible. As you can see now, you have a controller at the back which gives you possibilities to change from 18 different light modes. You have 7 different colors at the bottom button. You have on the left button you have 5 speed controls, and on the right button you have 5 brightness controls, which gives you the ability to basically adjust the brightness, because the 5th brightness control is really strong and basically you don't have to have any just kidding, of course you need soft boxes for these kind of things, but they are really bright, which is cool. Now the 24-pin cable has 120 LEDs inside, and the 8-pin cable has 108, which is incredible to place such amount of LEDs inside the cable and basically on the outer side of the cable, and it doesn't affect the cable connection at all. So you can see the effects are really incredible. I have the controller right here at the back, so you can basically change whatever you want. I'm currently just changing the modes. Let me see. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just changing the modes. You could change the colors as well, and speed, whatever you wish. Basically you can see it's like in a disco if you wish to make it so, but you can, as you can see, you can lower the speed and you can lower the brightness, which then makes it nice for your eyes and it doesn't distract you if you're doing anything else in particular. And let's check this, because you do have, there we go, you have loads of options. As I said, you have 4 buttons on the controller. You just need to connect everything properly. As I mentioned, all the cables and everything there is, you can find in the manual that you get with the cables. That's all there is to it. So guys, I'll put the links for Lian Li STRIMER PLUS 24-pin and 8-pin cables, extender cables, in the description below. I'll even jump in with some links for the Deepcool LANCOOL II, and of course their RGB fans Bora light. So guys, thank you for watching this video. It was a bit of a different video than usually, because I usually don't do reviews on cables, because they're just cables and they do pimp out your case without a doubt. So guys, thank you for watching this RGB everything video. And don't forget to click the thumbs up button, subscribe for future videos, and see you next time. Bye bye.